Hello, I'm Kimberlie, and welcome to the weekend edition of the Native News Update. It's Friday, April 5th. Many of the stories you hear here can be found at IndianCountryTV.com. And here's the news for the day from the Associated Press and other Native news sources. On April 4th, the U.S. federal government recommended that all 4 aging hydroelectric dams be removed from the Klamath River in southern Oregon and northern California to help struggling wild salmon runs, and that nearly $1 billion should be spent on environmental restoration. However, whether that will happen remains in doubt. Legislation authorizing the Secretary of the Interior to approve dam removal and appropriating $800 million for restoration work has not gained any traction in Congress. Meanwhile, conservation groups announced their intention to challenge the Bureau of Reclamation's plan to release water from the Klamath dams, which they say is insufficient to support coho salmon runs. Sioux Tribe Klamath Coordinator Craig Tucker praised the report, saying that taking down dams was not only good for fish, but safe, affordable, feasible, and in the economic interest for power customers. As one of his last acts before leaving office, Interior Secretary Ken Salazar called on Congress to take action, saying that removing the dams and implementing the Klamath Basin Restoration Agreement are important components of finding a solution to the basin's water problems. A federal court in Washington, D.C. ruled this week that the Secretary for the Interior is entitled to take land into trust for Alaska Natives in a landmark ruling that places Alaska's Native population on equal footing with other Native American populations. Following a 2012 feasibility study that highlighted gaps in broadband assessment and availability for federally recognized Native American tribal lands, the Center for Innovative Technology announced April 1st that it will use its broadband expertise to help Native American tribes with better broadband mapping collection and analysis. The project is part of CIT's State Broadband Initiative grant awarded by the National Telecommunications and Information Agency in 2010. CIT and its partners, Native American Capital, the Virginia Geographic Information Network, and the Virginia Tech Center for Geospatial Informational Technology, will work with Native Americans, broadband providers with Native American affiliations, and other SBI grantees to facilitate broadband data collection in hopes of filling in the gaps on the national broadband map. The objectives of the project include facilitating tribal participation in the national broadband map, as well as state broadband maps, expanding Virginia mapping tools so that they may be used by tribes, compiling a comprehensive database of tribal leader and tribal provider contacts, and in some cases potentially collecting and formatting broadband data. The completion date for the project is expected to be December 31st, 2014. The second meeting between several Sioux tribes got underway this week on the Rosebud Reservation. Back in March, the Udall Sioux Tribe hosted the first meeting with the tribes. The meetings are part of an effort to work together as one nation on issues they deem important. Some of the issues that were discussed included education, health care, land, water, and child care. For the second consecutive year, Pacific University student Charlotte Basch has been named a Udall Scholar, one of just 50 students nationwide in 2013 to receive the honor. Basch is a junior from Seaside, majoring in anthropology and sociology, while also minoring in Indigenous studies. The Udall Scholarship recognizes students on the basis of commitment to careers in the environment, Native American healthcare, or tribal public policy. Their leadership potential, academic achievement, and public service also are recognized. Each scholarship provides up to $5,000 for the scholar's junior or senior year of college. Scholars also are invited to Tucson, Arizona for a week in August to receive their awards and meet policymakers and community leaders in environmental fields, tribal health care, and governance. Basch belongs to the Clatsop-Nehalem Confederated Tribes in Northwest Oregon and is a council member and canoe family captain for the tribe. She is passionate about working towards her tribe's federal recognition as well as for rights of Indigenous people throughout the world. And that's another roundup of news from Indian Country on this edition of the Native News Update. I'd like to thank you for joining me and have a grand day.